Hello, I'm Michael Quinn Patton, coming to you from Minnesota just before the conference. I regret that I cannot join you today to celebrate the 21st anniversary of Empowerment Evaluation. It turns out that I have a competing session at this time, which prevents me from joining what I'm sure is a free-flowing celebration with lots of champagne, strawberries, and chocolate. So I'll send my congratulations and reflections by this video. I remember well the 1993 annual convention of the American Evaluation Association in Dallas, when David introduced the idea of empowerment evaluation in his presidential keynote. It was an innovative and radical approach, met with much skepticism, but the approach has certainly prevailed, gained not only legitimacy, but utility. And as evidenced in the empirical record and reports produced, is being implemented and appreciated worldwide. I've had the privilege over the years of engaging in dialogue about various aspects of empowerment evaluation. Certainly one of the ways in which empowerment evaluation is exemplary is its openness to dialogue. Another way in which it's exemplary is the attention to process use, the impact on people and programs, on communities and organizations from going through the evaluation process, not just from the findings. David and Abe were among the very first to grasp the importance of the idea of process use and to both conceptualize and document its relevance for empowerment evaluation. As part of our dialogue, I wrote a review of the most recent edited volume of Empowerment Evaluation, subtitled Knowledge and Tools for Self-Assessment, Evaluation Capacity Building, and Accountability. That review is available in full on the Empowerment Evaluation website. For purposes of this occasion, and as part of that ongoing dialogue, I would note two things from that review. First, despite the book's subtitle emphasizing empowerment evaluation tools, and certainly I recognize that people want tools, workshop participants demand tools, EvalTalk is dominated by inquiries of people seeking tools, and empowerment evaluation offers and uses tools. This point is reiterated throughout the book. So what's not to like? Well, from my perspective, there are no unique empowerment evaluation tools. I don't find a single unique tool in the empowerment evaluation book. There are many examples of generic evaluation tools facilitated for empowerment evaluation purposes in an empowerment evaluation process, but it is the empowerment evaluation facilitation and process that makes the tools empowerment evaluation. You can look at any of the tools, question frameworks, outcome frameworks, empowerment evaluation steps, whether three or 10, and you will find generic evaluative thinking. This is not a criticism. Indeed, it is a strength. It reinforces that empowerment evaluation is fundamentally about systematic, empirically oriented, rigorously facilitated evaluative thinking. My second point. In my judgment, the evidence that empowerment is occurring in empowerment evaluations remains relatively weak. Certainly, program improvements are occurring. The case studies in the edited volumes make it abundantly clear with convincing evidence. But empowerment, participants in empowerment evaluations report high levels of satisfaction, learning, capacity built. But satisfaction, learning, and capacity do not seem to me to equate to empowerment. It is an essential issue invoked by the very designation empowerment evaluation. So how does the new book address that issue? In the appendix, there is a section on clarifying empowerment evaluation issues, in which it is stated, quote, a common misconception about empowerment evaluation is that it empowers either individuals or groups. Empowerment evaluation can't empower anyone. People empower themselves. Empowerment evaluation simply provides the tools and environment conducive to empowering oneself. Close quote. In my review, which appeared in the journal Evaluation Program Planning, I wrote, quote, "So after 21 years in global recognition, that is what the lead empowerment evaluation conceptualizers have to say about empowerment. People empower themselves." I understand that this is a politically correct thing to say. I also understand that such a sentiment could be experienced as insulting and offensive with connotations of blame the victim. People, empower yourselves. I'm afraid that I find this to be a rather simplistic framing of empowerment, one that concerns me. Empowerment surely involves the dynamics of complex systems. Systems can disempower, empower, and do both at the same time. Empowerment is embedded in authentic and meaningful engagement processes, interpersonal relationships, socio-political, cultural, institutional, and economic arrangement. Indeed, the writings about empowerment evaluation manifest that. So this notion that this reduces to people empowering themselves doesn't do justice to systems thinking and complexity theory applied to the issue of empowerment. And that's the future that I would hope for empowerment evaluation. System thinking and complexity theory have become important new frameworks for understanding and engaging in evaluation in the last decade. I would hope that as empowerment theory and practice moves forward, it would incorporate more understandings about how systems affect empowerment in ways in which empowerment involves systems change, not simply people as the unit of analysis, but changing systems as a critical part of the future of empowerment evaluation. I learned about the nature of empowerment and systems change in a foundation anti-poverty evaluation I did some time ago, where we found that how organizations treated their own staff affected how they treated clients and participants in programs. We concluded in that evaluation that empowerment breeds empowerment and disempowerment breeds disempowerment. When program staff are treated in ways that empower them, they treat program participants in ways that empower those participants. When program staff were treated in demeaning ways, they treated people in poverty in demeaning ways. Those are systems dynamics. And I would hope that those of you involved in empowerment evaluation theory and practice would pay more attention to system dynamics, and that you would get beyond this more simple notion that it's all about individuals and empowerment. So that's the future. But for today, we are celebrating 21 impressive years of making contributions to evaluation practice and theory. I can only hope that I'm around to celebrate the next 21st anniversary, when empowerment evaluation will be 42. Indeed, let's shoot for the big 50th anniversary. I'll see you all then. Thank you very much, and have a great celebration.